friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video is just gonna be a good old get ready with me, playing with some makeup, chatting, hanging out. It's gonna be fun. Really enjoyed filming this video today. I love the look and how it came out, and I'm excited to show you how I did it. Before we get into the video, unfortunately, as far as my accessories go, my choker, my earrings, they were both gifts, so I don't know where they're from, and this ring was just from a boutique in New York a few years ago, so I have no information for you. But without further ado, let's just hop on in and play with some makeup. Hi friends, how's it going? I am so excited to dive into this makeup, create a look. It's gonna be fun. We're just gonna hang out and chit chat, so let's just get into it. I did my brows and then took a little lunch break, so I should probably prime now. Usually I like my primer to sink into the skin for a little longer, but such is life. Didn't happen that way today. I'm primed with the Flower Beauty Radiant Primer. I've been enjoying it again lately. I used it a while ago and then I kind of stopped, but I've been using it again. For foundation, I'm gonna use my Glossier Stretch Fluid Foundation in the shade 1. Just gonna do a pump on my sponge here and just dabble it around everywhere. How are you doing? How's your spring going? It's May now. It's the first day of May as I'm filming this. I can't believe we're a third of the way through the year. Like, what? That is crazy. Summer's gonna be upon us before we know it, and then we're back to spooky season. And as much as I'm trying to embrace spring and summer this year, I am excited for it to be over. But let me know what you've been up to this spring so far. Have you done anything fun? Do you have any upcoming plans? I would love to know what you're up to. I feel like my embracing spring has been going decent so far. I've just been trying to do the summery things that normally I hate, and it's been going okay. I'm gonna go in with my Salt New York concealer, just run that across various parts of my face, my under eyes, any blemishes, things like that. We had a pool day recently, because we have a pool in our neighborhood that we just never really use, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun for me to just chill in my little tube, read a little book. I want to do it more often, so that's kind of the plan. We've had some fun Disney days recently. It's been all so fun. And then in a little bit, we're going back to Colorado Springs to see our friends again, have a little long weekend, hang out. I'm quite excited for that as well. Before I set my face, I am just gonna add a little bit of these ColourPop liquid glow drops. Just gonna shake them up a little bit. This is the pink one in Petalite. Just kind of dotting some on like the various high points of my face, just for a little extra stroby glowness to kind of peek through behind the rest of my complexion products. Been liking these drops. I've used them multiple times this month and they've been fun. Now I'm just gonna set my under eyes and like around my mouth and stuff with my Sigma powder in the shade Light. I'm just so excited to go back to Colorado. We love it so much. Like, if the housing market wasn't as crazy as it is right now, like, we would consider moving in the near future. But as it stands, we got such a great deal on our house right before the market blew up. And with interest rates the way they are, like, absolutely not. It's just not a good time to relocate across the country. Plus, there's things that I would genuinely miss about Florida. I love the theme parks. What can I say? As much as I don't love the weather, it's not the worst as far as like things to do. Not to mention my business is also here. It's just not a good time to move. It's just not our reality right now. Maybe in the future. What have you been reading and watching lately? I haven't been much in a TV mood myself. I've just kind of been wanting to read when I'm not working, and I have been working a lot between the salon and YouTube stuff, so I haven't had a ton of free time. But when I do, I just want to read mostly. However, a new season of The Circle on Netflix came out and I've been obsessed. Zane and I love that show. It's so stupid. There's like 6 seasons now at this point. It's like a weird social media sort of competition. Everyone's in their own separate little rooms that are all decorated, so freaking cute. And they talk to each other through this like portal called The Circle, and it's all like text-based. Some people are themselves, some people are catfishes. And it's basically like they like kind of rate each other and vote each other up and down and stuff like that, until ultimately at the end, one person is voted like #1 and they win. But it's just so goofy. It's so silly. It's so low stakes. I mean, there's money involved at the end, but it's such an unserious show. I just love it. It's so just easy. A good little break from reality. I'm gonna go in with my Sigma Light Bronzer now. This is my Sigma F44 brush. And lately I've just been reading various things. I've been genre jumping a bit, kind of going between I don't know, like fluffy romances, into like dystopian, into fantasy, a few mysteries in the mix, all kinds of stuff. It's been fun. Some things better than others, but overall a good time. It's always nice to have a little bit of escapism. I just love this bronzer. It's been like my #1 favorite for such a long time. It's just so good. Just gonna bronze up the nose a little bit. Super, super cute. Need a little bit of a lip something. I'm gonna use my City Beauty lip oil. I've really been liking this. It's really nice. I don't really get a crazy plumping effect. It's supposed to be like a plumping oil. I don't notice an insane plumping, but it does just feel so soft and nourishing. I love it. Let's move on to some of the fun part. I'm gonna go in with my Amy Loves Makeup and Adept blush palette. I'm so excited. I filmed a little like reel, YouTube shorts, TikTok, all that good stuff with this collection yesterday because I knew I'd be able to get it up faster than this video, but I definitely wanted to play with it again. So I think I want to use both blushes today. Yesterday I just used Mishka. I think today I want to use Cupid and Mishka. So we're going to do both. I'm just going to go in with my Sigma F11. I'm going to start, I guess, with Mishka. Let's start with the baby pink. And I'm just going to load this all up in my like upper cheek area. And see how that ColourPop Glow Drop is still just like shining through? I've really been liking it. And you guys know I'm picky with a liquid highlighter, but that one is quite lovely. This is such a cute blush. Just gonna do the same to the other side and my nose before I go in with the darker one. I'm so happy for Amy. I hope she's having the best launch day ever. It's launching the day that I'm filming this. So I'll obviously have everything I used today linked down below. I'm just so excited for her. This collection is so beautiful. The palette, the blush, everything. So excited for her. She's the sweetest little angel. I'm so happy I got to like meet and hang out with her at the Creators and Friends event last month. She's just such a darling angel. I love her. Just gonna dust this across my nose now. Super cute. And now I'm just gonna use the same brush and dab into Cupid just a little bit. I'm even gonna tap it off because I feel like I had a lot. And I'm just gonna start this a little bit deeper in like the temple-y part of my face and let it just kind of blend out into that lighter pink. Ooh, that's really pretty. I've been enjoying layering like different blushes together lately. Ever since the Blend Bunny and Ellis Atlantis collab came out and I did a little ombre effect with one of the blush trios, I've kind of been enjoying it. Like, what a fun way to utilize different blushes. I'm gonna grab more of the pink now just to help buff that out. And all throughout it, that ColourPop one is still just standing strong. It's so pretty. Like, if I didn't want to, I wouldn't even have to add more highlighter, but obviously I'm going to. I'm gonna make this side of my face match now. These blushes are just so smooth and so pretty. And then for highlighter, I think I wanna use Aries as my highlighter. I used Athena yesterday, so I wanna use Aries today. I'm just gonna use my Singe F07 brush. Just gonna dabble that on my nose. I'm gonna just tap it in with my sponge so it blends nicely. And I'm going to just run that on top. Oh, wow. That kicked it up a few notches, didn't it? I feel so glossy. This is so pretty. Actually, now that I'm here, I'm very curious how Aries compares to the Celestial one from the Blend Bunny collab. So this is Celestial, this is from Adept. Okay, yeah, these are vastly different. This one's Adept, this one is Blend Bunny. I feel like similar vibe with the super sparkly pink, but very different tones of pink. Like this one's a lot more cool tone. This one's a lot more pink, like almost blush toppery rather than highlighty. So that's good to know. I'm glad that they're pretty different because I have different reasons to use both of them. But usually I add some freckles before I highlight. I guess I did not today. I'm just gonna grab my Nabla freckle pen and do a couple little dots just scattered around. Honestly, maybe just that. I don't really want to go crazy. Maybe I'll do one more over here. I don't really want to go crazy today with them. Is there any makeup that's on your wish list lately? I'd love to know. I've been really debating just like making a little Ulta order. I don't need anything, but there's just a couple things from NYX specifically that I'm kind of interested in. Like the butter bronzers look so pretty. I'm waiting for Ulta to get the butter blushes online so I can maybe get a couple of those too because they look so good. I saw my friend Leah Janae do a little reel on Instagram, like playing with a couple of them and they looked gorgeous. So I'm interested in those. I didn't realize until I was scouring, but NYX butter glosses, there's like a shiny one now. I kind of want to try some of those. I feel like there might have been something else that looked interesting. Trying to hold out though, trying to hold out. I'm gonna set with my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip and we'll move on to the eyes. Whew, all right. Just gonna let this face dry off a little bit. One of my clients in the salon gave me this Beetlejuice mirror last year and I love it. Not only for a good mirror, but it works great as a fan. How lovely. So for the eyes, obviously I'm gonna use the Amy Loves Makeup in Adept palette. It's so pretty. I loved the look I created yesterday and I'm super excited to do another look with it. I think I wanna do heavy blue lower lash line. I'm just really, really feeling that. And I also have a blue mascara from Lethal I wanna put on my lower lashes. But I think for the lids, I wanna do just something very like glamorous, sparkly, a little splash of pink. I have some ideas floating around in my brain. I'm gonna start by priming with my Sigma Ignite eyeshadow base. I'm just gonna smear this on and blend it out. Can you guys believe I'm gonna be 30 this summer? Where did the time go? Although I feel like mentally I've been 30 for a couple years. I feel like, I don't know, I was one of those people that I feel like I had to grow up really fast, so I feel like I've mentally been older than I actually am. So it's not like scary to me or anything. I'm not scared of growing up. It's just wild. Like what happened? So I do think I want to start out by smoking my lower lash line. I'm going to use this blue pencil from Milk in the shade, what are you called? Time. So I'm going to do a very blue lower lash. So I want to start by just really running this all up in my waterline and kind of right up against the lashes, like on my skin. Just get it very messy and blue. Very chaotic. Now that it looks like that, I'm gonna take my Blend Bunny B3 brush with no additional product, and I'm just gonna start kind of softening that line before I add in shadows. So just getting that line a little bit softer. I am just gonna take a little bit of 1997. I'm just gonna use this ColourPop E2 brush. I'm just taking a really little amount, and I just wanna dust this through my crease just a tiny bit, like I'm taking the lightest amount of it. Just because I am going to do a little bit of a linery thing. So I want to make sure I have a nice base laid down so that nothing smears and smudges around. This is going to be one of those trust the process looks. I'm going to kind of be jumping back and forth as it comes together. Now I've done variations of this technique a lot throughout the years, but usually I do it as a giant wing. But lately I've been doing this where I'd kind of draw the wing and then I let it really fade out into the shadow. So I'm going to do that today. This is my e.l.f. gel liner. I think it's in the shade Reboot. It was from like a gaming collection a few years ago. I don't think this specific one's available anymore, but any gel liner will do you good. I'm gonna take my Game Beauty E10 brush and I'm just going to draw a little bit of a slant like I'm doing a wing. And I'm gonna let this kind of fade toward my crease a little bit and then extend the wing so it's nice and pointy. Kind of like that, just like a weird triangle on the outside of my eye. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna draw and fill in a little of this just to get it a little bit colored. And then I'm just gonna take my finger and just kind of smudge that line a little bit, just dragging it inwards, not upwards, just to get that line a little softer. Once I add shadow and stuff, it'll really start to soften it, but I just wanna kind of get that process started. I'm very much a likes to use brushes kind of person. I don't like my fingers to get all makeup-y, but sometimes the tools we were born with are just the convenient one to use. What kind of YouTube content have you been consuming lately? I'm very curious. Right now I'm kind of in like a commentary mood, which is very unlike me. Typically, I enjoy vlogs. I love watching people's vlogs. It's like one of my favorite things. I also love Sims videos. That never gets old to me. I love watching people play The Sims. And I also love book content. Those are like generally my three favorite things to watch. I like makeup content too, but I feel like I've been enjoying makeup content on Instagram more than YouTube as far as like what I watch. But lately I've been kind of into commentary. There's this channel I just discovered yesterday actually, and I've already watched quite a few of her videos. Let me find her because she was very interesting. Hannah Alonso. She does these like influencer insanity videos where she talks about like different tactics influencers use. Like I just watched one yesterday about like rage baiting, where people intentionally create content to incite rage and get like a like a reaction out of people so that they leave a comment so that it creates engagement. It's a whole thing. Like I've seen it done many times. But all this to say, I've just been enjoying her content. I think she does her videos really well. And I'm curious what you've been watching lately. So let's work on this lower lash line a bit more. I want to take Scrunchie, this beautiful, beautiful dark navy. I want to use my Sigma E45 brush for this. I like how it's very pointy but blends out as the brush kind of bevels out. So I'm going to focus this and just kind of run it along that lower lash line. I'll let it kind of fade into that black a little bit, just so it all kind of connects. But just to get it really soft and smoky and just blue. I love that dark blue. It's so pretty. And now I want to take Mi Amor, this beautiful blue. I love that shade of blue, that very like dusty. It's so cute. I'm going to use my Sigma E49 now. And again, just running it along that lower lash. Just kind of buffing and blending everything out. Getting a nice soft smoky blue moment. And now I really want to add Indie on the lower lash line. I used this a little bit in my look yesterday, which that look's already posted, by the way. If you want to see the other look, it's on, again, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. But I used it a little bit in my outer corner, and it's just so pretty. It has little holographic sparkles in it, and I just knew this needed to go on my lower lash line at some point. I can see this palette becoming like an all-time favorite of mine. It's just so pretty. It's glamorous. You guys know I love cool tones, and it's just like the perfect combination of colorful and glamorous. Like I can see myself traveling with this. I think Amy did such a top tier job. This is such a beautiful collection. Look how pretty this is. Oh, that's such a good shade on my lower lashes. I am obsessed. Let's move on to the lid now. I'm gonna start with my NYX Glitter Primer because you guys know I always use it on my lid with every shimmer ever. I'm just gonna use this little Lethal 225, a little flat, and it'll pack on nicely. And I'm kind of just tracing out like roughly a cut crease shape, but it doesn't have to be super precise. And I just ultimately want my shadow to line up with that liner. I really like this liner trick because it's honestly pretty painless to do. It's very easy. And it looks like I put in so much effort, especially if you like the big wing look. It's just so much easier to do than drawing a full-on giant wing. In my opinion. So I'm feeling so compelled to use Glam. It's just such a beautiful wet looking shadow. I want this just all over, pretty much 2/3. Like I'll leave this front part a little bit open for some pink, but I really want this shade to be the one that kind of fades in with that black. So kind of drawing right up against that liner. I do want the shadow to fade onto the liner a bit as well. I'll even take just like one of my brushes to make sure that is like kind of fading and tapping in nicely. That's unreal. Like, are you kidding me? It looks so wet. It is dazzling. It's a shame I don't have any plans today. I just love, it's so sparkly. It's so glamorous. Amy, you did the thing. And then for my inner corner and the rest of my lid, I want to use pink. Just such a cutie little shade. This is just an old Oden's eye brush. I'm going to start by just plopping some of it on the front of my lid, just letting it fade into that glam shade. And then I'll just kind of load some of it up to that inner corner. Oh, that frosty pink is so pretty. Oh, I love. Amy, you did so good. I'm so happy for you. Now I'm just kind of perfecting that liner a little bit, getting it a little crispier. And as a little tip, I always have a cloth next to me covered in makeup. But if you're having trouble getting a crispy line with like a gel liner, like take your brush and like really pinch at it to make it like super skinny, especially if it already has some residual liner on it. It'll just like crunch together so satisfyingly. And then just for good measure, I'm just gonna add a little bit more glam around that liner a little bit just to blend it all together and seal it off. I'll do my lip before I do my lashes. I'm gonna start with my Tease pencil from Blend Bunny. Unfortunately not available anymore, but it's one of my favorite lip liners ever. I hope they bring these back one day. They're just so creamy and good, and this color is so pretty. I like to just add a little extra definition to like the center of my top and bottom lip, and then kind of blend it out a little bit toward the edges. Kind of sort of something like this. So I'm using a little bit of a lighter lipstick today, so I want there to be some dimension. And then same with the top. Just adding a little bit of extra definition to the top, and then I will blend it down. And then I'm gonna take one of my Likely Makeup lipsticks in Cup of Tea, and I'm just gonna do just a little bit in the center. and kind of blend that out into the rest of my lip. I am thinking I need a little bit of a sparkly gloss though. I just can't help myself. So I'm gonna use my Patrick Ta. She's expensive. And I'm just going to, oh yeah. That goes with that lid perfectly. That's so pretty. Cute, cute, cute. I'm just going to throw on my lashes now, and I'll be back when I'm complete. Thank you so much for watching my video. I had so much fun today. I threw on my lashes. These are Rain Cloud from Likely Makeup. And I did throw a little bit of that blue mascara Static from Lethal Cosmetics on the lower lashes. It's not crazy obvious, but I feel like it does just enhance that blue on that lower lash line just a tiny bit more. So love to see it. But this is the look. I hope you enjoyed. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the makeup I used, the things we talked about. If you have anything you want to add to the discussion, let's chat down below. Did you pick up Amy's new launch with Adept? I would love to know. I'm so excited for her. If you made it to the end of this video, why don't you leave some blue emojis? I feel like that blue on the lower lash line is such a showstopper, so leave some blue emojis. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm BATTYBEAN there as well. And if you want, you can subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. Also, you can join my channel memberships. The link to sign up will be down below. You'll get fun little perks, including a members only video once a month. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.